Hi guys, and welcome back here to the Dev Realm. And in the previous episode, what we did here, if you guys remember, is that we have created our UI. So if I press play here quickly, you should be able to see what we did on the previous one. Now we have information about the actor as we click on. So we have information about multiple actors and stuff. So I'm just gonna be making this UI a little bit better and just creating here a space between those, because right now it's quite crowded. It's hard to see. We're also going to be working how to change the icon and all those health and all that stuff. Right, so first thing we're going to be doing here right now is that on the actor here, on the info component, sorry, not on here, on the main here, when we create the widget, we're just going to set the padding. And the padding that we're going to be setting here, make margin, is that we're going to be setting from top 10, right? So we're going to be adding 10 spaces, maybe if I add 50, just for test. Maybe it's too much. It is too much, so I'm just going to be adding like 10 from top. Right, so we got some space here. So you can click it. As you can see, you have the UI. I'm just going to bring this a little bit more to the left because right now it's too crowded. So I'm just gonna bring example right there, just so you can see it's quite like stretched. So I'm just gonna open up my the box. Gonna do it like this. Can I size to content? Size, fill, auto, size to content. Let me have a look if the size to content works properly or mess stuff up. Yeah, I think it looks quite good. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. It fits the size. If it's bigger or smaller, that's good. It's pretty much what we're looking for. I'm just gonna... The error is just because we have this stuff right there, so it doesn't know what it's trying to do. But right now, it's pretty good. Right, cool. The next thing that we are going to be doing now is that we need to change the icon. Let's do this. So what we are going to do is on the actor info, right? So I'm just going to break this into parts, right? So this is change the name, right? Now I'm going to get the item, and which one's the next thing that we need to change is the icon map. So we're gonna go back to graph. What we can actually do here is that on the actor component structure here, we're gonna add a new variable called icon, right? And we could create here the icon called, I don't know, texture 2D, and object reference. That's great. Actually, I'm gonna just press save and all. Nice. Now what can you do? For example, on the base character we have the information right there. Actually, file and save all. There you go. Now it should give me the information right here. What icon do I want to use? Let's see if I provided any icons for my previous tutorial. So texture, icons. Okay, I have some icons, but they're not the best. But anyway, what I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to go back to Firefox. There's this website called the Icon Finder, which has some really cool illustrations. So I'm just going to search for free, and I'm going to search for avatar, right? So you're going to search for a character. I'm just going to get... This one looks good. Now let's get a fireman. Do I need to pay for this? I have to pay for this, which I don't really want to. I just want to download. Okay, anyway, game icon.net. Let's go to the usual one. So let's just download this cyborg face. Let's just reset this guy. Let's put the color to, I don't know, green. That's the background. The plain background, foreign text. That's fine. I'm gonna load a PNG. If you guys have a better texture, just use it. I'm just gonna bring this one right here. And I'm just gonna put T-cyborg face. Compile and save. And now on here, I'm just gonna drag and drop right that. Compile and save again. And this is for the base character, which is fine. Also gonna find, I'm gonna search for a tree. So I'm gonna search for this tree, maybe tree door, that's fine. We're gonna search for rock. Berry. Yeah, we can get a strawberry. And we're gonna search for a box, right? Or a cube. There you go, cube. Nice. And what we're gonna do here, I'm just gonna put T dash, T dash, T dash, and T dash. The reason why we're putting the T dash is just because it's how Unreal Engine organize the prefix of this. Right, cool. The next one we're gonna do here is the base interaction item, and the base interaction item here. We're gonna add the box, right? Put it right there. Great. Compile and save. Now what we can do on the actor info, we're gonna call the API set the value icon name and price and currency. I think the currency is gonna call the API set the icon. That's it. Put it right there. In this case, it's really easy because all you gotta do is they're gonna get this information, copy and paste, put it in there, and that should be it. That should be everything that we need. So if I click on that base character, as you can see, it has like a different UI. It's quite cool. So we got the base there, and it's pretty much working fine. Nice. Now the next thing we need to set up is the health, right? Let's just comment this and say update the icon. This is really good. Now the next thing that we need to update here is the API. Sets the icon. Oh, sorry, API, the icon, no, the API set. I think we call price for this, but we can just use it, the function that we created. And that basically it's going to be the health. So I'm gonna create here a literal string. I'm gonna create a plus, and I'm gonna append the health. Okay. So I'm gonna put it right there. I'm gonna put this one right here. Cool. Now we should be able to have the health update. Oh. Health update. Nice. Compile and save. Let's check. And we got that, you see, plus 20, plus 10, which is really good. Now, I'm not entirely sure what to do with this icon. So what I'm gonna do with it is I'll probably gonna remove it. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna edit this widget. And right now I'm just gonna set visibility or visibility. I'm gonna put it to collapsed. I don't want to be able to see this because I'm not using this for anything right now, so I'm just gonna leave it those one right there. So that is really good. So we have the health points. Actually, this plus is quite I think that's fine. Actually, you know what, visible, that actually is a good idea, because what I can do here, I'm gonna search here for health. See, I'm gonna download just the where is the gradient known, just as the image. I'm gonna go back here, T dash, drag and drop this right there, and cool. Now I can use this on the health right here, and we can even leave that one as default, or we actually do in a proper way. which is basically you go to the actor info here, get this guy called the API set currency. I know it's a weird method name, but we just use that to, because the plan for this widget was to be a list of sales items, but that's fine. I'm gonna put it right here and update. Actually, I'm not gonna comment this because it's quite straightforward what it's trying to do. If I press play, I should be able to see the health icon, and I can potentially even remove the stand here. So when we go to the base character right there, where is it? Character, main player, actor info here. We don't need to append anything, just put it right there, straight away. Compile and save, and that's it. Nice. So now we have the health, we got all the stuff. To be honest, I think with the plus it looks way better. So just gonna leave the health bar there. Right, I think that's pretty much what we need for this. Now, the next step that we gotta do here is that we need to make sure to get near our object, and we need to have some kind of maybe something to tell our character that we are near an interaction object or something, interact an actor or something like this. So the next step that we're going to do here is that when we get near this, we need to basically have some set of actions that will allow us to interact with this actor in a very simplistic way. Cool. To do that, I'm gonna basically close everything here. I don't need this stuff anymore. All I'm gonna do here right now is I'm gonna just delete this actor here because I don't need him. I'm gonna browse to assets. I'm gonna open up my BP interaction, and in here on the parent actor, I'm gonna select the actor collision, and I'm gonna create on being overlapped and on end overlapped. Right. Now we're gonna compile and save. And what we can actually do right now is that we can get the controller, get palm. Okay, may need to cast it. So in order to be more efficient, I'm gonna come back to this in a second. Let's do first the logic on the controller, and then we do the logic when we come back here. So the controller here, what we can actually do is that we're gonna create a new variable called interaction actor, right? Interaction actor, and it's gonna be an actor, and we're gonna be a object reference. Make sure it's public. Compile and save. And as a good way of coding, of course, that you could access the controller and set the variable yourself. We're gonna create what we call get and set. Of course, this is like in programming language will be like you create a get and set, but we're gonna create it as an event here. We're gonna create two events: one to set that and one to reset that. So we're gonna create here a custom event called API add interaction actor, and because we're not gonna run this on the server, it's gonna be a local player game, so we don't need to worry about this. And we're gonna basically forgot about this. We're just gonna set the interaction actor right there. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna put the interaction actor in settings. I'm gonna compile and save this, and I'm gonna create another one here called API remove interaction actor, right? Cool. Now we can do that. We're gonna go back to the interaction actor, and we're gonna set nothing. We're just gonna reset it. So add the interaction actor. Right, that's really cool. Now, one thing I would like to do is to basically maybe put a question mark on our character if we can actually interact with the actor. I think that will be a very interesting feature. So what we're going to do here is you're going to go back to UI. You're going to create another UI widget, WBP interaction, sorry, call interaction icon. And for now, we're gonna add image, and let me find here a question mark, quest, or actually a hazard sign. And that's not good. UI, let's see if we have anything related to UI. So we got question mark. I need something that basically tells me that I can interact with something. There you go, joystick, that sounds cool. I'm gonna actually reset it. For this one, I'm gonna use it, can I make it rounded? Yeah, circle. Maybe the circle, now let's do a triangle, or let's make it square. Let's do it square. I'm gonna put it like, maybe yellow. That's too much. Something, maybe we leave as black. Leave it as black for now. We can always update this. It's just something like a little feedback that the user can have. So I'm just gonna call this T joystick, and here on my game, let me just double check where we have the UI. I'm just gonna go back to texture, icons. I'm just gonna leave all this stuff inside icons here, which is really good. Save. Right now, we need to choose the icon that we want to interact with. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna wrap with scale blocks, I guess. No. Sorry. Wrap scale blocks. There you go. So it match more or less the size that we're looking for. I think render, do we need to select the render type? No, we don't need to select the render type. Right, so now on the player, I'm gonna add, I think it's called widget. Yeah, it's a widget. And we're gonna call interaction notify. I don't know how we can call that. Now here's gonna ask for let me just here is gonna ask for which the icon that we want to use. I think it's called blueprint or widget. There you go, widget class, WBP, and we're gonna call the actor info. And save. Actually, that's the wrong one. That's not the right one. It's called actor interaction. There you go, actor interaction. Compile and save. And I think we're gonna copy this one. Now if I press play, it looks weird, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna look a little bit weird. So what we need to do here is, I think there is a mode that you can select screen, and I just need to find it. Where is it? Interaction mode. Can I see it on the screen? Yes, I can. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here for test, I'm gonna put the world. I'm gonna put this to 60, maybe 60. Yeah. I'm gonna put this right on his head, right? Compile and save, and I'm gonna change the space to screen, and I think that's it. Pretty much that's all we need. Compile and save. And also the idea is that as we are near this is gonna appear, and they're gonna like, oh, you can interact with this, and then the player is gonna be like, okay, press some key, and then he does something. So on here, what I'm gonna be doing is on the scale box, I'm gonna make as a variable. I'm just gonna call interaction the interaction box. And then I am gonna basically create in here two events. Custom, one is API show and one is API hide, right? Very straightforward. And I'm gonna basically set visibility. Actually, let's make it better. API toggle. So I'm gonna basically select on a Boolean variable. Put this one right there. And just gonna call visibility or visible, right? And if it's false, he has collapsed, and if it's true, it's hidden. Cool. Now show and hide. We can even do this like API show or hide as well, but it's up to us. Doesn't matter. Right. Now what we're gonna do here on this API, on the survivor player controller, right? We're gonna basically get our palm. Actually, what we need here, I forgot one thing. It's gonna start the UI. What you need to do here is that we're gonna get the controller palm controlled palm. Where is the I think there you go. Get controlled palm. I always get confused in the name of this class. Right, I'm gonna get this one. And we're gonna cast to BP survival player, right? And this is just happen on the start. I know we have access to the controlled palm, but this function we need, it depends on the player, so we need to access this. And we're gonna create a variable here, and this is gonna be called player ref. I'm gonna put this also in settings. Make sure that's public and get the player ref. Cool. That is really good. Now what we are going to do is that we're going to get the player ref. We're going to get the actor. No, the interaction. Actually, let's call WP interaction. Sorry, interaction widget. I'm just trying to find the best name for this, but I can't. Let me just, now on here, what we're going to do is that we're going to get this component, right? We're going to get a widget. And now, like, the problem is, like, we don't know what widget is it. So we kind of need to cast this to, well, what we can do here to make things even easier. Let's just take this load when we boot this class. By the way, this is not very, like, performance efficient, but since we're creating a very tiny game, that's fine for us. The ideal way of doing this would be like using interfaces, but we just wanted to make things simple, so let's just use the access the methods anyway. So I'm going to cast this to WBP interaction icon here, and I'm going to promote this to a variable called player ref interaction widget, right? We can even use these widgets in the future to flash, to do all sorts of stuff. But right now, that's okay. But right here, right? Now what we can do here is that we can get a widget and we can call the API show or hide, right? So in here we're gonna hide, and in here we're gonna show visible. That's fine. Actually, I just noticed that I should basically rename this to show instead. And I think that's pretty much what we need for this. What I'm going to be doing here is that in the next video, we're going to be actually doing the logic to interact with this. So once again, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I see you in the next one.